You're out for your morning walk, enjoying the crisp air, when a sudden tightness grabs your calf, stopping you dead in your tracks. Or maybe you're waking up in the middle of the night, your foot locked in a painful clench that won't let go. For many older adults, muscle cramps are an all too familiar part of life. They can pop up in your legs, feet, hands, or even your lower back, turning a pleasant moment into one of frustration. Most of the time, these cramps are just a passing inconvenience, eased with a little stretching or a glass of water. But sometimes they're trying to tell you something more, something that might need a doctor's expertise. If you're a senior wondering whether to brush off that cramp or make a call to your physician, this guide, written for the readers of Senior Health, is here to help. We'll explore why cramps happen, how you can keep them at bay, and when it's time to seek medical advice, all in a way that feels like a conversation with a trusted neighbor. Our goal is to empower you to stay active, comfortable, and in charge of your health. Let's start by thinking about what a muscle cramp actually is. It's when a muscle suddenly tightens up on its own, without your say-so, and it can hurt like nobody's business. You might feel it in your calf after a long day of gardening, or in your hand after writing a stack of birthday cards. For seniors, these cramps are more common because our bodies aren't as spry as they used to be. Muscles lose some of their flexibility over time, and the systems that keep everything running smoothly, like hydration or mineral balance, can get a little finicky. Things like medications, health conditions, or even just sitting too long in your recliner can nudge cramps into action. Most cramps fade within seconds or minutes, but they can leave you sore and curious about why they keep showing up. Understanding the reasons behind them is the first step to keeping them under control. So let's dive into what makes cramps tick for older adults. One of the biggest reasons cramps happen is dehydration. As we age, our sense of thirst doesn't kick in as strongly, so it's easy to go hours without drinking enough water. If you're taking medications like water pills, which doctors often prescribe for high blood pressure or heart conditions, you're losing fluids even faster. Think of your muscles as a sponge that needs to stay moist to work properly. When they're dry, they're more likely to bunch up and cramp. Imagine someone like Dorothy, a 73-year-old who loves her book club meetings. She gets so caught up in the discussion that she forgets to sip water all afternoon. By evening, her thighs are cramping, a sign her body's running low on fluids. Sipping water throughout the day can make a world of difference. But dehydration isn't the only thing to watch for. Another common cause is when the minerals in your body get out of balance. These minerals, potassium, magnesium, calcium, and sodium, are like the spark plugs that keep your muscles firing smoothly. If they're too low or too high, your muscles can start acting up, tightening into cramps. This can happen if you're sweating a lot during a hot summer day, not eating enough nutrient-packed foods, or taking medications that mess with these minerals. For instance, some blood pressure medications can lower your potassium, making cramps more likely. Picture Harold, a 70-year-old who started getting leg cramps after his doctor prescribed a new water pill. A quick blood test showed his potassium was low, so his doctor suggested eating more bananas and sweet potatoes, which helps smooth things out. Magnesium and calcium are just as important, and if your diet leans heavily on processed snacks instead of greens or dairy, you might be missing out. Medications themselves can be a sneaky cause of cramps. Many drugs that seniors take every day, like water pills, cholesterol-lowering statins, or even some asthma inhalers, can list muscle cramps as a side effect. These medications are often essential for managing bigger health issues, but they can sometimes throw your body's rhythm off. Consider Ruth, a 76-year-old who started a new cholesterol pill and soon found her feet cramping up every morning. When she told her doctor, they switched her to a different medication, and the cramps disappeared. If you've started a new drug and cramps are popping up, don't stop taking it on your own, but do mention it at your next checkup. Your doctor might tweak your dose or try something else to keep you comfortable. Then there's the issue of tired muscles. Just like you might feel worn out after a busy day at the farmer's market, your muscles can get fatigued too. If you've been on your feet longer than usual, tried a new exercise like water aerobics, or spent hours raking leaves, your muscles might cramp as a way of saying they need a break. This is especially true if you're not stretching regularly, or if your muscles aren't used to the extra effort. Think of Walter, a 71-year-old who decided to join his grandkids for a game of catch. The next day, his calves were cramping because his muscles weren't ready for the sudden activity. Easing into new routines and stretching daily can help keep your muscles happy. Poor blood flow is another reason cramps might creep in, especially in your legs or feet. As we get older, circulation can slow down, particularly if you have conditions like diabetes or narrowed arteries. This can make your muscles cramp often at night when you're lying in bed. These cramps might feel like a deep aching squeeze that gets better when you wiggle your toes or walk around. For example, Evelyn, a 79-year-old, kept waking up with leg cramps that eased when she paced her living room. Her doctor found she had mild circulation issues and recommended gentle daily walks to get the blood moving. Keeping your legs warm with cozy socks or a heating pad at night can also make a difference. Sometimes, cramps come from nerve troubles. If you have diabetes, a pinched nerve in your back, or another condition affecting your nerves, you might get cramps that feel a bit different, maybe with a tingling or burning sensation. Take Arthur, a 74-year-old with diabetes who started getting cramps in his feet, along with a strange prickling feeling. His doctor diagnosed nerve changes and prescribed medication to calm things down. Less often, cramps can be linked to bigger health issues like kidney problems, thyroid imbalances, or low blood sugar. These aren't the usual reasons, but if cramps keep happening and you're also feeling unusually tired or noticing other odd symptoms, it's worth a chat with your doctor. Now that we've covered why cramps happen, let's talk about how to keep them from taking over your day. The good news is that small, everyday choices can go a long way toward preventing cramps. Start with staying hydrated. Try to drink water regularly, even if you don't feel parched. A good goal is 6 to 8 glasses a day, but if you're active, out in the heat, or on a water pill, you might need more. Ask your doctor what's right for you. Keep a water bottle handy, maybe one with a straw for easy sipping while you're reading or watching TV. If plain water's not your thing, add a splash of fruit juice or try herbal tea. Eating a balanced diet is just as important. Fill your plate with foods that give you those key minerals. Bananas, oranges, spinach, almonds, yogurt, and fortified cereals are great choices. A morning smoothie with yogurt, a handful of berries, and some kale can be a delicious way to start the day. Stretching is another powerful tool. Gentle stretches keep your muscles loose and less likely to cramp. Try setting aside a few minutes each day, maybe while you're watching the evening news, for your calves. Stand about 2 feet from a wall, step 1 foot back, and lean forward, keeping your back leg straight. Hold for about half a minute, then switch sides. For your thighs, sit on the floor, extend one leg, and reach toward your toes, keeping your back straight. For your feet, sit in a chair, cross one ankle over your knee, and gently pull your toes back. If you like company, look for a senior yoga class at your local community center. It's a great way to stretch and make friends. Staying active helps too. Activities like walking, swimming, or even light housework keep your muscles strong and your blood flowing. Aim for about half an hour most days, but listen to your body. If you're new to exercise, start with short walks around the block and build up slowly. If you suspect your medications are behind your cramps, have a talk with your doctor. Bring a list of everything you're taking, including vitamins or over-the-counter remedies. They might adjust your prescription or suggest a supplement, like magnesium. To help, keeping a notebook can be useful. Write down when cramps happen, what you were doing, and how they felt. This can give your doctor a clearer picture. Keeping your legs warm is a simple trick, especially at night. Cold muscles are more likely to cramp, so try wearing loose, warm socks to bed or using a heating pad for a few minutes before you turn in. A warm bath or a foot soak with Epsom salts can also relax your muscles and feel like a little treat. Your shoes can make a difference too. If your sneakers are worn out or your slippers don't support your feet, your muscles might strain and cramp. Look for shoes with good cushioning and arch support, especially if you're walking a lot or standing in the kitchen. Replace your shoes every 6 months to a year, or sooner if they're looking tired. If you have foot pain, a podiatrist might suggest inserts to keep things comfortable. Stress can also play a role, since tense muscles are more likely to cramp. Try carving out a few minutes each day for something calming, like deep breathing or listening to soft music. Even sitting quietly and breathing slowly, 4 counts in, 4 counts out, can help your body unwind. When a cramp hits, knowing what to do can make it less miserable. First, gently stretch the muscle. If it's your calf, sit down and pull your toes toward your shin. Keeping your legs straight. Rub the area with your hands to help it relax. Or use a foam roller if you have one. Apply a warm towel or heating pad to loosen things up. And if the muscles sore afterward, try a cold pack to calm any swelling. If the cramp's in your leg, stand up and walk slowly to ease the tightness. Then drink some water or a low-sugar sports drink to top off your fluids. These steps can help the cramp fade and keep it from coming back too soon. So far, we've talked about why cramps happen and how to prevent them. But now let's focus on when they're more than just a bother. Most cramps are harmless, but some are a sign you need to check in with your doctor. If cramps are happening several times a week, lasting longer than a few minutes, or so painful they make you wince, it's time to make an appointment. These could point to an imbalance in your minerals, a side effect from your medications, or another issue that needs sorting out. If the muscle stays swollen, red, or warm after a cramp, that's a warning sign. It could be a blood clot or an infection, especially in your leg. Cramps that come with numbness, tingling, or weakness might suggest nerve trouble or poor blood flow. If you're also feeling lightheaded, unusually tired, or noticing changes like dark urine, it could be dehydration or something affecting your kidneys. Nighttime cramps that keep waking you up are another reason to talk to your doctor. These are common for seniors, but if they're happening regularly, they might want to check your circulation or nerves. For instance, Mildred, an 81-year-old, was losing sleep because of leg cramps every few nights. Her doctor ordered tests and found she had low magnesium, which a supplement fixed. If you're experiencing cramps along with other symptoms, like weight loss, fatigue, or feeling off in some way, it could be tied to something bigger, like a thyroid issue or low blood sugar. Don't panic, but don't ignore it either. Your doctor's there to help figure it out. Some cramps need immediate attention. If you get a sudden severe cramp in one leg with swelling, redness, or warmth, get to the emergency room right away. It could be a blood clot, which is a serious matter. If cramps come with chest pain, trouble breathing, or dizziness, call 911 immediately. These could point to a heart issue or a clot that's moved to your lungs. If you've recently tripped, fallen, or hurt yourself and cramps start, it might mean muscle or nerve damage. So don't wait to get it checked. And if you've been trying home remedies, stretching, drinking water, eating better for a few days, and the cramps aren't letting up, call your doctor. Persistent cramps aren't something to just live with. When you see your doctor about cramps, they'll likely start by asking questions. When do the cramps happen? How long do they last? Are you feeling anything else, like tingling or fatigue? They might check your muscles by pressing on them, test your reflexes, or feel for pulses to see how your blood's flowing. Depending on what you tell them, they might suggest blood tests to look at your mineral levels, kidney function, or thyroid. If they're worried about a blood clot or circulation trouble, they could order an ultrasound to take a closer look. If nerve issues seem likely, they might recommend tests to check how your nerves are working. The idea is to pinpoint what's causing the cramps and come up with a plan to help you feel better. That might mean changing a medication, suggesting a supplement, or giving you tips to improve your circulation. Let's wrap up with a few myths about cramps that might be floating around. Some people swear by drinking pickle juice to stop cramps, but there's no strong evidence it works for everyone. It might give a quick sodium boost, but eating a balanced diet and staying hydrated are more reliable. Another myth is that cramps always mean something serious is wrong. Most don't, but if they're frequent or come with other symptoms, it's smart to get them checked. And no, cramps aren't just for people who run marathons. They can happen to anyone, especially as we age, because of medications, health changes, or just the wear and tear of life. Living with fewer cramps is about making small, smart choices every day. Drink water like it's your job. Eat foods that nourish your body, stretch like you're warming up for a dance, and move in ways that feel good. Keep an eye on your medications, wear shoes that treat your feet right, and take a moment to breathe when life gets hectic. If cramps are getting in the way of your mornings, your sleep, or your time with loved ones, don't just accept them as part of getting older. You deserve to feel strong and comfortable. Whether you're tending your roses, chasing your grandkids, or enjoying a quiet evening with a good book, watch for signs that something's off and don't hesitate to reach out to your doctor. They're your partner in keeping you on your feet. Here's to days with less pain and more moments that make you smile.